This is probably one of the most important videos that I filmed for this channel ever. Okay. I've talked about this several times, but one of the reasons why, and the main reason why you should do YouTube, is because you get to stay home, look your best from the top, and wear pajamas. This isn't typically what I post. My channel is more like lifestyle, and then within each video I'll talk about psychology in between. But today I really wanted to talk about why you should start a YouTube channel in 2021. For a good minute there, I really thought that starting my channel when I did, which was like a couple months ago, I thought it'd be like too late almost. But if anything, I've learned otherwise. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Never did. Watched a lot of Kelly Stamp's videos about how she grew on YouTube. Like, she expanded on YouTube so quickly. And I was kind of like, oh my god, like that's so cool. Like, I wish, because I would like to get free clothes. I would like to have a job where I could literally just like get up and go, basically. Also, I'm a fire sign, so if that tells you anything about yourself or about me, that sums it up basically. So basically, like, the world turned to shit, right? I was working a lot of hours at not just one job but two jobs. The second job was going to pay me better than my first job, but I was still busting. I just hated it. I really hated it. I was like, this is not right. I'm not being acknowledged for all the hard work that I'm putting in. Basically, also the fact that I was an essential worker for both jobs, and I was exposing myself to pandemic. I really thought about like why it would be important to start this, which I've always wanted to start, obviously to make more money, to get new clothes, to make friends across the world, specifically France. What happens when my cats get sick and I need to pay thousands of dollars to, you know, help them get better? I had this whole list. There was just so many pros about YouTube, of course, that I was so interested in. So I had saved up about like $3,000 from working both of my jobs, and I was working about like 56 hours from both of those jobs. With that, I bought a new camera and I bought a laptop. First, the only thing that I did buy, by the way, if you're interested in starting, it was my laptop, because I really just use my phone. You don't realize all the things that go into YouTube, which I will talk about in this video, and I will make more videos in the future about them in case you are interested in finding out more about YouTube. The more I learn, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so interesting, specifically about analytics. Who knew? Just to give you some background, I was more of the art freak in school. Numbers and history were never my thing. Not that history is involved when you're making YouTube, but I'm just saying, like, it never was. It is starting to get darker, but I need to finish this video. This job definitely is not for the lazy. You do definitely have to manage your time as far as your schedule. Possibly like the job that you're doing currently is not motivating you enough, so that's why you are lazy. If you feel like you are lazy, think about how much time and effort you put into the current job that you're working for that you don't necessarily love, and put that into perspective, because I feel like the way that you do one thing is probably how you do the other. A lot of YouTubers started their channel when they were like 16, and now they're like 28 and they're so successful, or you feel like they're the most successful because they have so many followers. But the fact that I'm older is actually helpful as far as helping me deal with hate. I really haven't received any, because as you can tell, like, my channel is still pretty small, but as I keep expanding, as my channel is doing, I know that it will come. I also think that when I was a teen, I thought like, oh, I can deal with it, because I was kind of a tough cookie, but not tough enough. It's not really like, you feel like you're so mature when you're younger, but then you get older, you're like, wait, I actually don't really know. There's like a lot of learning that we do as we get older, and even if you are more mature as a kid, you just like lack experience. I'm older now, and I understand that like what people tell me is a reflection of them, not a reflection of me. It's how I take it that is a reflection of me. I first had started my channel I think when I was like probably 14, 15, maybe around that age. And I remember like my first ever video, because I was like, why not? Like, all of my family was out of town except for like my mom or whatever, and she had her iPad, and the quality was so bad, but I actually got a decent amount of views because YouTube wasn't as saturated at that point in time. It was just like a commentary, just kind of like explaining vlog style, and it was kind of boring, honestly. Like, let's be real, like the quality wasn't that good. It was easier to find videos, but I remember my family came back and they had seen my video, and they were literally just like laughing at just like my mannerisms and how I spoke. It didn't shatter me, and I didn't cry about it or anything, but It was enough to take my channel down and never to post another video until a couple years after that. I'm not saying this like for sympathy or anything like that. At that point, you just don't know how you're going to respond. And if you definitely want to see more content like this, by the way, you guys, let me know, like and subscribe, so I know that you guys do like this sort of content. Whether or not that becomes like your full-time job, everyone knows. Not everyone. It's just like a smart idea business wise, or to build your brand, whatever that means, because not everyone wants to be like a big time like IG model or whatever. It is a good idea to have several streams of income. My first couple of videos, I was like, I don't really want to become big, so I would post vlog content. But once I decided this is something that I want to introduce into my life, I'm gonna have to make videos that like you're not 100% in love with, but you know that are going to be popular. Celebrity videos, makeup tutorials on celebrities, and hauls, things like that definitely will help bring in more traffic. My most successful video really took time to pick up. Like, it wasn't doing so well at first, and then all of a sudden, like, most of my views ended up being from there, and the people that have seen that video are staying because of my personality that was exposed because of a celebrity video, which I did enjoy. I don't know why my voice sounded like that, which I did enjoy, but it wasn't like my ultimate favorite thing. Actually, I don't know, because I did talk about like a little psychology, and I tried to make it a little deeper, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave that up above in a playlist. Remember when I was talking about how now is actually the best time to be on YouTube, even though you're like late in the game? Really what it is to me is more like, okay, so now you can learn from all of the mistakes from previous YouTubers. You learn what you shouldn't talk about. This is like a side note, but like once you are big, like you can't just really say everything you feel. It is so good to continuously expand your knowledge in certain areas that you are ignorant in. We are, as human beings, somewhat easily influenced. As an influencer, I think it is important to be open to learning, and especially learning from your viewers, but because you are influencing their life. After this year, we have all learned that it is important to have a job, at least like a side hustle, so to say, that you can work from home. I feel like now I understand the value of it, and the fact that so many people are on YouTube right now watching videos refreshing because they're at home. And this is like me talking to myself, because I really did put it off for so long. Our energy is like a money exchange. You lose energy whenever you talk, whenever you listen, things like that, when you're interacting with other human beings, overthinking, etc., etc. If we think of money that way, I do think it is smart to cut yourself off from doing so much giving. If you feel drained and you feel like you really have a passion for an extra project that you want to start to help implement into your life, but you don't feel like you have enough energy. If we use me as an example, I just got to the point where I knew I don't want to sound like a jerk. I knew that the job that I was doing for 4 years, like I knew that I was the best there, and I never received any raises, and I never received acknowledgement other than from the customers. If anything, I received the opposite of a compliment. If I know that practice makes perfect, and after repetition, I can become good at any job, why wouldn't I invest that time? And if it takes, let's just say it takes like 2 years to become successful at YouTube, and that's because you get better, quality content is better, etc., etc. Why wouldn't I invest that time in myself and in YouTube, where I really feel like I can expand and grow? Be selective with how you spend your money. I can't hang out with my friends as often as I used to, because I just don't have time. The most successful video that I have on my channel, at first when I posted it, wasn't doing well. It was actually the second video that I had made since I decided to really be consistent with YouTube. I know it's like pretty small, like right now I think it has 11,000 views, but like for a channel that literally had like 100 followers, like at the time, subscribers or whatever, which by the way, an extra like pro tip, you guys, yes, you should like expand your followers by going onto Instagram, but you really don't want all of your family members to be your followers, because my cats are playing, because you also need 40,000 watch hours, and you're not gonna get them from your family that are just trying to support and not really interested in watching your videos. I filmed that video, I posted it, no one was really watching it. Also, at the same time, I didn't have an audience for it. Every time that this celebrity, because the video is based on a celebrity, every time that this celebrity makes a post, my video just increases. A lot of my success has been from that video, and the people that obviously like me stick around and really like acknowledge the fact that the reason why my videos are different basically is because it's all based on my experience. And if it's something that's a little bit like more shallow, like I guess you can say makeup, I always try to make it a little bit more deeper than that. That's where I really start to grow people that like me. For me, whenever you find whatever you want to talk about, different topics that you feel like would be important, give value to YouTube, but also that you feel like will help grow your channel, it's really important to make several videos within that topic. Like if you're going to do ASMR or videos about YouTube, you have to make several so you can have a playlist so people can binge. When Catherine Manning talked about that, I was like, oh my god, like I totally do that. When I find someone new, like I have to watch several videos of theirs to know, like to subscribe to them, and most of the times like I'll binge like 10 videos before I'm like, yes, I like this person. It's really important, and also just so that the viewer knows that you're going to post more videos similar like that versus having a bunch of random videos that have nothing to do with anything. I wouldn't subscribe to a channel that like talked about fashion and the rest of their channel was sports and they posted like once every 2 months. You have to post regularly. You do have to post once a week. You have to be consistent. It's so important. It's so important for the viewer to know that they can tune back every Monday, like for me. But I understand why it's difficult, because in exchange to working however many hours or putting in so many hours for school or just like your whole life, plus I would say I put like minimum anywhere from 12 to 24 hours in a week, in addition to our already busy lives, because we live in a society that praises capitalism. I understand why that could be difficult, but you really have to invest in yourself. Like this is an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. This is so important too. YouTube was one of the most top search engines. You definitely want to word your videos as far as the title goes in a way that's still searchable. So like, what are people searching for? Title your videos in a way that people are easily searching. But I know that this is kind of shitty to say, but like, if you're a girl, you have an advantage because most women like to watch other women. Most men like to watch women that look good. The whole idea to me that I just have to look nice and film a video talking about these topics and I will get subscribers and people that are loyal. I think that's not an unfair exchange. I think this is probably one of the hardest things, because if you look at the history within my channel, you will see a common pattern. And actually it's because I've deleted most of these videos. Basically, like I start posting and then it takes me like 3 months to post the next one. That was before, not anymore, don't get it twisted. I was just too like not motivated enough. Like I didn't really see why. I didn't understand that you could make good money. A lot of the people that I watch have posted like their income, and it's anywhere from like 9,000 to 14,000 for making a video. And then also my friend was talking about how much she made from YouTube. She said that it was like $500 a month. This is like literally a part-time job to me. Of course it would expand, but like I would be so down to have $500 extra in my bank account just for making YouTube videos, which I already like doing. But I'm not gonna lie to you, you do have to become more organized, which to me was very difficult. If you got the joke about the zodiac sign earlier, then you would understand why. But if you didn't, let's just say I'm a very kind of unorganized person. I don't really want to go with the flow anymore. I need to have something to show for my life. I'm 23. Yes, I know that I am playing into the game of like being successful at like 18, which is so new to society until like now. But you have to get to the point where you feel like I cannot work for other people anymore. Why? Because I'm getting nothing in return and they don't see my value. And this is not stimulating me creatively, or this is not helping me become the ultimate person that I want to be. Yes, it's getting me paid, but it's not enough. Sure, they might pay you above minimum wage, but it's not enough to like have your own apartment and like live your life. Like you have to literally enslave yourself into working 5 days a week to sustain this like simple lifestyle of yours. You have to start making more lists. For my schedule, like as far as YouTube goes, sometimes I'll post 2 videos a week, but typically I'll film early on in the week. And speaking of, it's getting darker sooner, so I actually need to get some lights. That'll be the next thing that I get, but that's like 6 months into my YouTube. Like right now I just literally have the simplest things. I do make lists where I'm filming earlier in the week and I have the rest of the week to edit and film. I have to isolate myself from my friends because I can't. I have to edit this video. If you want it, you will go after it. You will organize your life. So why is it so important to become the type A person that we're talking about, and in addition posting every week? Not to the T, but you know what I'm saying. You have enough structure where you are dedicating every week to posting at least that one video that is at least over 10 minutes long, so that you can post every day at the same day and at the same time. Why? It creates a routine for your viewers. They want to know that you will be back. Who would actually want to subscribe to a channel that, like me, was posting once every 3 months? Not even just for your subscribers, and not even just for me. YouTube will recommend your channel way more if you are posting continuously. And if that's not enough to get you motivated, please think of your goals. Go back to the beginning of this video. Like, this is advice for me. Go back to the beginning of this video where I talk about why it is important to have goals and what are my goals. How much I hate this job, how much I want to save my cats, and how much I love myself, and how much I, versus like the people that I work for, value my hard work. Okay guys, so I'm ending this video here. I actually have to film another video. That's how much dedication I have. Just kidding. I am actually celebrating Thanksgiving a couple of days after actual Thanksgiving. And so I'm gonna be gone away for the weekend. I hope that you guys had a great holiday, and I hope that you guys like, subscribe, and I hope that I see you guys soon. If you guys want more YouTube content like this, I will definitely make some more. I feel like it'd be cool if I had like a full month of like just pure YouTube videos, but I do think that it would have to be when I get a little bit more traction. This to me is kind of like I'm journaling my process so that I can reflect back and look at where I'm at, because just the fact that I've gotten so much growth in the past couple months for me, like for my channel, when I used to get like one subscriber or 2 subscribers a month. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Also, this is my outro before I forget. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can become famous and rich and move to LA and marry Garrett Hudlum. Before I forget to mention this, I did have a lot of questions in my previous couple of videos on these earrings. I bought a few extras, so I'm posting them on my Depop. I know that this has nothing to do with this video, so I'm signing off now.